Hey crafty cuties, I'm back at it again with a fun little project for you guys. Today we're going to be making some little faux stamps. I was actually inspired by my Patreon member Jade. She sent me a few of these. This is hers right here, and I thought it was so cute. And I've been wanting to make something like this, and this is a great way to use up your scraps. You don't have to make these one certain way or another. You can do all kinds of variations, and we're going to do a few together. I also wanted to give a little shout out to my Patreon member, Dear Julie. She has amazing digitals, and I'm going to be using some today. In fact, I'm using a bunch of her digitals in my July Patreon mail, so thank you for having such beautiful digitals. But also, a lot of her kits have a mini journal kit. I mean, you'll have to look at each one to see what it comes with, but I loved, like, for instance, something like this right here, because she has tons of little images, which work really great for these stamps. But don't worry if you don't have these. You can also use stickers, die cuts, scrapbook paper. Like I said, I'm going to show you and do a few with you today. Now, I made a couple that I liked at the beginning, but what I didn't love is I'm stamping on top of them, and I was using these stickers that are glossy, and it definitely smeared a bit because I didn't wait till it dried. Whoops. So I'm going to try a few things that don't involve the glossy stickers. For instance, I made this one right here using Julie's kit, and isn't that just the sweetest little image? And then yeah, and then I also have some pre-cut out little things from one of her kits as well. I thought these bright colors would also make some really pretty faux stamps. Let's get started. I have some scraps. I do have this stamp set right here from Amazon. It was like $5. Perfect for this, but do not worry if you don't have a stamp set like that. You can still make these. You don't have to have that. It's just kind of a nice finishing touch. So like I said, I have some scrapbook paper, and I'm just going to start by trimming it down. Now, of course, you can make yours whatever size you want. In fact, probably, let's see. I think I found out that I liked the size 2 inches by like 1.5. That works pretty good. I didn't want them to be too small because I want them to be big enough to be like an embellishment that I can use in my journal. And I will show you at the end how cute they can look in a journal on a little page. So I'm just cutting a few of these down because I do find it easier to work with making a few at once. And I'm going to use some bright colors here, kind of just mix it up. 2 inches, oh wait, 2 inches by 1.5. And then, let's see, that's about right. But I also really would suggest doing a few layers, because these look really great with layers, and I just have some scraps in front of me, so I am just randomly going to pick out some layers. So I will also trim down a few pieces that are a little bit smaller. So I just did 2 and 1, 2. Okay, these were 2 inches by 1.5, so I'll do like maybe 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. I don't know. We'll just kind of see. You don't have to use a trimmer, but that makes it a little bit easier. I just want to see how those look when it's layered on top of each other. Okay, yeah, that looks good. So we have some bigger pieces, and we have these smaller pieces, and I'll do a couple more here. So what did I say? 1.5, I think? Something like that, by 1 1/4. That could be wrong, but that's okay. That doesn't look right. Yeah, we'll make it work. Anything smaller will really work. And that was like a square, so I don't know what I did there. Let's just get started. Okay, and in fact, I might even do more than a few, or I might do like 3 layers. So I also have some scrapbook paper, or sorry, not scrapbook paper, but I have some scrap ledger paper, and I think that would look really cool. So I'm gonna trim this down to like 1 inch by, I don't know, 1 1/4. Something like that. We can trim this as we go too, but it's kind of nice to have a few pieces kind of ready to go. Okay, so we have some little triangles here. And we have these really pretty images, which, so you want to figure out what you want your focal point to be, but let me bring it in and we'll just start creating some together here. Let's make sure you can see these. I'm going to use glue, and what I'm going to start doing is I'll start by taking one and I'll ink up the edges, although I'm going to show you how we can use these little kids scissors to get the zigzag edges. Now, if you don't have like these zigzag type scissors, maybe you have some pinking shears. I think those would work. What else? Ooh, I have this We Are Memory Keepers ruler that has a zigzag little edge, or if you have those what are these rulers called? I can't think of the name. A deckled edge ruler, something like that. It doesn't have to be zigzag, it really doesn't. Okay, so I'm just going to ink up all the edges here. And I will just start by gluing on a few layers. I mean, yeah, this doesn't have to be a specific type of layout, I guess is what I'm trying to say. These are going to just be cute little embellishments. You could do different shapes. You don't have to do rectangles like I am. You could do like ovals or circles. I think that would actually be super cute. I wish I had an oval punch. Okay, and then for this one, I want to have this be my focal point, but this is obviously too big. So I could either cut it down and like fussy cut it so that I just have like this main flower, or I could have just trimmed it down just to have a really pretty colorful picture that's still a rectangle shape. I'll show you in a minute, but let's see. Oh, I kind of like it like that actually, like cut out as a circle. Then to decorate on top of this, if you want, you can use sequins, or I have like these little drop kind of crystal drops. But I will say, so I'm making these for my patrons this month, and I definitely don't like to send two-dimensional of items through the mail. So I probably won't actually keep this, or I probably won't continue to use these, whoops, for the Patreon version, but let's see how they look. That does look really pretty. And that it, like, these are so cute, these little crystal drops I think they're called, but they're so dimensional even for a journal. But okay, so now that we have that, and you could have used your zigzag scissors in the beginning honestly, but I'm just going to trim all the way around, and these scissors, they don't work great, but we'll make them work. Whoops. Yeah, so it might make more sense to cut this before layering so you can see what size you got going on, but that's okay. Okay. Oh, and I almost forgot that I want to do some stamping. Okay, I promise. Once we did this first one, we'll get better. We'll get better, guys. We'll do a little assembly line in a minute. I'm going to pull out one of these stamps. These are definitely perfect for the project. And I will grab some scrap paper too. And I'm just going to pick, I think, like this one right here, if you can see that. And I'm going to use my VersaFine ink. And I'm really just going to try to get like a corner of this stamped on. So I kind of like to stamp down on the bottom part like that. See, that's a little hard because I have that crystal now. So we'll do this a little bit different next time. Actually, I'll just pull that off real quick. And this part, it really doesn't have to be perfect, because if it was a real stamp, it's not going to be perfect. So we'll put our little crystal back on. Okay, so we got our first one. Cute. Let's do a few more, and like I said, we'll do more of an assembly line style to show you how I would really make them if I were not filming. Okay, so I'm gonna set out, like, we'll just do 4 of these. And we'll go ahead and make sure we're in view here. And then I'm gonna layer on some pieces here. And actually, I might go ahead and, why don't I use these as a layer rather than the focal point? I think that would be really cute. The little daisy images, I actually really like that. I like how bright they are, and I feel like they work great for the summertime. But for this one, I'll use the scrapbook paper. I think I'm gonna actually, I really like how bright these are. And by the way, these little images that I'm working with right now that are also from Dear Julie Julie's shop, they actually came like already sized down like this. If you see, they have teeny little images and there's all kinds of options. So these are really perfect, and printables are just great because you can use them over and over. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do 2 layers on these and then I'll do a focal point. So let's go ahead and just going to ink up like that. I'm trying to think. Sometimes it takes me a few times to get a little system down. You know what I mean? These ones, they don't really even need to be inked up because they're nice and colorful. I did print them out on regular copy paper, but they look just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and, man, I'm messy today. I'll just glue these down, and see, I could have used my zigzag scissors already, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna glue these all down. And then the other thing I'm sending my patrons this month is some sewn envelopes that have like a lace flap. And so I'll show you with one of those how cute these little embellishments will look in a journal when we're done making a few here. Okay. I have all kinds of things on my desk here, so let me think about what I want to grab next. But let's go ahead and trim up the edges. Yeah, these don't work great, but that's okay. They work good enough. I was actually surprised I still had these because I knew these were like one of the first crafting supplies that I ever really had, and I was thinking, I wonder if I still have those. I was about to buy more, and then I looked and I was so pleasantly surprised to see I had them. So again, I'm not going to fiddle with these too much to make sure that it's perfect, and even on this one, it's kind of cutting through both layers, but that's okay. It looks cute. It actually looks more like realistic, I guess. But like that. Because I still think these look super cute if you don't cut the edges to these zigzags. So, just really not cutting through all the way. So I'm going to have to use my scissors in a sec for this one. So let's leave, since these are annoying, we'll go ahead and leave one of these, just a regular square. We've got a mess going on. Okay. Let's also find a small little focal point image for this one. I'm still going to add something to these ones, but they've already got like enough going on that I think they look really pretty already. And so I'm already leaning towards this little oval right here, even though it's like on a postcard. That's fine, we can just kind of fussy cut. And that's what I was gonna say earlier, is even if you don't have digitals or you don't have stickers or stamps, oh, you could also stamp things out and cut them out. I'm sure if you go through your scrapbook paper, you can find little like floral images, or I don't know, just little images that you could cut out and use as your focal point. But also, you know, I guess you don't even have to really have a focal point, because even these ones right here, they already look really cute. So I'm going to ink up these edges though. And I will just glue it down. These can go like sideways or they can go vertical. That's so cute. All right. So let's see if I want to add something to these. I have my little embellishment box here. I know we're super zoomed in, but what if I find like a little flower or something? Oh, a little label would look really cute. Sorry, I know you can't see. I like the mushrooms, of course, but I feel like they might not exactly go with this color that we got going on, but they would look great on some of them. Okay, I found a little butterfly, which is going to look great on top of that. And then maybe just like a little number. Yeah, let's try a little number. That looks cute, actually. And then this one I'm just gonna keep by itself. I just really like it, honestly. Okay, wait, actually, I lied. I'm gonna put this one over here. And then I'm gonna keep that one blank, and then this one's just gonna have a little number 4. So yeah, you can make a bunch of these up really quick. And I'm just gonna put this little 4 over in the corner here like that. And then we will finish it off with some stamps. But as you can see, these come together really nice and quick. But on top of it, I think these look fine in all different versions. They look great with the square edge. They look cool with the zigzag edge. I think I do prefer the zigzag edge, but they also look fine without the final stamp on top. But at the same time, I'm gonna say I love this stamp that it I love the look that the stamp gives you. Okay, so let me see. And this set has a couple different ones, so we could even do, let's try this first. This is just like a circle, like a, I don't know, I guess I don't know what you call that, but let's try that one first. And we'll do this one kind of up in the corner like that. And also down here. I just like how that looks to have a couple different spots. That looks so cute. Okay, so we've got that one. And this one, so I guess you also have to think about sometimes the colors might play into whether or not you're going to be able to see the postage or the stamping on top. So let's just take a peek and see how this will work. Okay, that still actually shows up nicely, and I feel like it doesn't really take away from it, but let's also do one. I'm just going to do a small amount on this one and see how I like that. And I really like the little circle stamp, to be honest, so I'm going to take that again and just do a corner. I think it looks better to just do like a corner of the stamp, but of course you can figure out what you like best. Okay, messy stamping away. I think I just love these, so here we go. And I definitely like these better than the stickers that I first used. I did actually, okay, I like the butterfly stickers, but I would have just had to make sure to let them dry. So let me show you. The first one I smudged by accident, this one, and then this one I was more careful with, so it can look fine. You just have to give it more dry time, that's all. And then like I said, they can look really cute with like little jewels or sequins if that's what you want to go for. Okay, so we're gonna be done making them, but let me grab something I can show you. I have my journal here and the little envelopes I was telling you about that I'm making for this month's Patreon mail. They're just simple little sewn envelopes like this, but I was sort of thinking that the stamps might be a really cute kind of finishing touch. I'm trying to see which one I like best. Yeah, I think I like that one. And so I was thinking they might look cute either on the flap like that, or depending on how, if you're gonna like decorate this up, you could also put it in the corner where it would actually go. Kind of a hard decision. Let me see. Oh, I like that color too because of the orange. Yeah, that one just stands out. So let's just pick a spot in here. And I have lots of stuff going on in here, but that's okay. Find a little spot for it. I think I have a few things that actually, oh, so for instance, I already have this little decorated spot in my journal, And this is like a little booklet, so if you untie it, anyways. This might look really cool right on top like that. And so I'm going to just go ahead and glue. Obviously this isn't like a full layout, but this gives you an idea. I'm just gonna put that like that, and then I'm not gonna glue this down because I'm just kind of showing you an idea, but I think that would look super cute. This needs to dry right on top. But the other thing I wanted to point out is that even if you just take one of these to finish off like a layout like that, or you could have it, you could make them a little bit bigger and make it like a tuck spot, or you could also put it on top of like a pocket, or right here I have one of these clear pockets, adhesive pockets, and that would be cute just to place right here too. So I'll actually go ahead and glue that down right here. So lots of different ways that you can use these in your journals. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And I mean, it's just a fun way to use up your scraps. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.